Warframe sets a mustache Guinness World Record, the Lost City of the Elves is at last complete in RuneScape, Otherworld heads into closed beta, and soon we'll all be playing Arcade on our phones.
Living life for the next drop.
What's happening, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements of the weekend November 17th, 2014. And this week's recap was delayed a day because I was in San Francisco this past weekend checking out Kick-Size development headquarters for Tome, Immortal Arena. And of course, while I was there, I got a chance to sit down and chat with the developers, all of which came from some really awesome gaming backgrounds like Riot, Blizzard, and one of my personal favorites, Westwood Studios. But luckily, these guys gave me early access to the new Sanctuary map, which is a 5v5 map that's going to be launching with the game on Steam this Friday the 21st. Plus, I also learned a little bit more about the epic 7v7 map that's in development currently. But I don't think I can actually tell you guys about that just yet. All I can say is, it's not at all what I expected. So look forward to the game launching this Friday, and for now, check out my first look to get a nice preview ahead of time. Although it's been teased for some time now, Hi-Rez finally officially revealed Smite's reworked Ao Kuang as the latest god to be, well, reintroduced to the game. This particular rework was aimed to bring a more lore-accurate version of Ao Kuang back to the game and also be the flagship god for the recent Chinese beta. This version of Ao Kuang is actually a melee mage with some fairly elaborate abilities, one of which allows him to summon dragons that attack to do additional damage after successful basic attacks. His ulti allows him to grab a single target, dealing damage and launching them into the air, and if they have less than half health, Ao Kuang turns into his dragon form after slaying his target, and from there he can decide to land in a much safer area. It's kind of like a cool escape ulti. So the new Ao Kuang is cool and all, but probably not my cup of tea. I'm just glad they finally released a special skin for Scylla, even if it is Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood. To my grandmother's house we go!
Well, most of you guys are probably aware it's No Shave November, or Mustache November, or just plain Movember, whatever you want to call it. It's here, and it's been here. What you probably might not realize is the actual underlying point. It's basically set up to raise men's health awareness in some form or fashion. No pun intended. That being said, Digital Extremes is doing so well raising awareness that they're actually ready to set a Guinness World Record. So earlier this month, the team on Warframe released a variety of virtual mustaches players can equip in-game, and the proceeds would go towards the Movember Foundation. As of right now, they are at $9,000 in donations with $1,000 more to go before they release the final mustache. And last week on the 14th, they set the world record, not for the most awareness raised, but for the largest gathering of people wearing false mustaches simultaneously in a video game. Kind of vague, but, you know, good job Warframe for raising awareness. Next up, it looks like Bandai Namco announced the closed beta for Battleline Steel Warfare, bringing strategic and tactical elements of tank warfare to users in both North America and Europe. At this point in the closed beta, players will have a first look at the diverse range of classic and modern tanks, and experience the RTS combat as they try to advance the battle line from one end of the map to the other in order to take down enemy tanks. It's actually a neat looking setup, seeing that you literally have to push a battle line towards your opponents in order to win. Kind of redefines the whole team-based strategy there. Could be a fun one to check out. In similar news, Wargaming released a new rules and awards trailer for the new Clan Wars 3D campaign in World of Tanks. In this, both clans and players will influence the outcome of the campaign, and it's set up in a 3-stage global map: Race to the Sea, Hell of Verdun, and Fall of the Empires, where clans can earn fame after each battle, plus complete special missions for bonus fame. The fame then adds up, and the clans with the greatest fame wins. The top clans actually get to split a gold pot of winnings. Check out the new video at MMOHuts.com for even more details. New detailed information came in last week about the new farming system coming to Albion Online. When farming in Albion Online, it covers both the raising of crops consisting of vegetables and grain, as well as the raising of livestock. When the time is ripe, the yield from the plants can be used as ingredients in various foods and potions, or just as important as fodder for your livestock. And in the end, these farmed resources in one way or the other create new resources, as well as potions and treats that give your character some much needed and very useful buffs. And if it's anything like any of the other mechanics in Albion Online, we're gonna like it. Up next, Perfect World Entertainment is set to launch the latest module for Neverwinter. Today, in fact, November 18th. Following the events of the 4th module, Tyranny of Dragons and the Siege of Neverwinter events, Rise of Tiamat has players band together to prevent the catastrophic takeover of the city of Neverwinter from the 5-headed draconic goddess Tiamat. And on top of that challenge, this module adds in a new Scourge Warlock Paragon path, class balance changes, and of course adds in plenty more to the overall storyline. More news came in this past week from Drago Entertainment with Otherland, announcing the closed beta and a remastered Virtual Worlds trailer. The new Virtual Worlds trailer you see playing here showcases the game's bizarre environments and interesting playstyles, and honestly makes me realize that a lot has been going on behind the scenes in terms of development from Drago. I've got to admit, it looks impressive. The cool thing is that the game is now in closed beta. It's already started. It's a lot quicker than I expected, actually. I'm not too sure if it's easy yet to get in or if they plan on doing any beta key giveaways, but for now I'd say the best bet is to sign up at their website from the link I put in the description below. Finally, the much anticipated Lost City of the Elves has finally arrived in completion in RuneScape, and Jagex has now opened the doors to the largest city in the game. Earlier this year, players gained access to the first half of the city, but now it has grown to its full size, with the final 4 clans now available. Each one of the new clans offers new skills to players, such as the new profession and ancient art of crystal singing, in which songs enable the crafting of crystal tools and weapons. This actually sounds pretty cool. Another clan offers something a bit more physical, the agility course, to test out your prowess and unlock new emotes and cosmetic outfits. It's crazy that this is RuneScape's first expansion after many years, but it's definitely made a bold entrance. Learn plenty more about it at the site post linked in the description below. Also last week, a brand new free-to-play game was announced from Radiant Worlds and Smilegate Entertainment called SkySaga. And as you can probably tell by the announcement trailer playing here, SkySaga is a new voxel-based sandbox adventure game that, according to the official press release, is fantastically varied, procedurally generated, with dungeons to raid, treasures to plunder, and resources with which to build and modify. So right off the bat you think Trove, but this game also has PvP battle arenas and doesn't quite look like it focuses heavily on the construction side of things, but rather on the exploration and unique character building aspects. Either way, it still looks really fun. SkySaga is set for a full release in the summer of 2015, but the closed alpha testing in the UK is scheduled to start very soon. Interesting enough, global game publisher Gameevil has partnered up with XL Games to release a mobile version of ArcheAge. As of now, ArcheAge has already received several Korean Game Awards from its original release back in January of 2013, and now has over 2 million players in North America and Europe since its Western release back in September. Not a lot of info has been released just yet, and frankly I have no idea how they're going to pull this off, but there's a mobile version of ArcheAge in the working as we speak. Gameevil is a leader in adapting online games to a mobile platform, and I guess that's what it takes to pull something like this off. I'm actually really interested in seeing how this turns out. And speaking of seeing something new, Bless has started its closed beta in Korea, and with it released a brand new closed beta trailer to purposely make you drool. The trailer here shows off several classes taking on hundreds of enemies and shows how battles are won, basically. Have fun in the beta, Korea. Anyway guys, that's about it for all the major MMO news and announcements for this week. Like always, if you're looking for more information about the topics featured in the recap, check the links in the description below. Otherwise, head over to MMOHuts.com/news for even more MMO news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below or head over to MMOHuts.com/forums. But until next time guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.